So we're in the jockey's changing room right now, which is always a really fun and kind of dangerous place to be in case one of them decides to step out of the shower. But someone who has stepped out of the shower and looks fantastic today. There's a link. It's you. How are you? It's
I'm
Jeannie.
fine, thanks. Good.
So have you been in the jockey's changing room often? Is this kind of normally where you hang around?
I don't hang around, but occasionally there's need, particularly if you've got a jockey for a presentation after he's won a race and he sort of forgets, so you have to come in and scream his name and grab him out in the right silk.
Okay, so this is literally everything we need in relation to if you're a jockey and you're a Bangor racecourse. So we've obviously got each of the stands. So is this by jockey by race, or how does that work?
This is by jockey. So this kit here will be, that's going to be that jockey's breeches, that jockey's back support, that jockey's hat, various sizes of saddles. You can see the smallest one up here is minuscule. You see that? Imagine trying to sit on that. Well, you don't sit on it. You actually balance on it.
I've got actual things I wear that are bigger.
Well,
than this.
quite.
Yeah.
That can be what keeps them balanced on the top of the horse. So it's a bit scary.
How can we have different sizes of saddles? Is it because the jockey's obviously the same size whatever the race? Yeah.
The jockey is the same size, but in a race card you'll read the weight of the jockey down the right-hand side, the weight that the horse has to carry.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if the jockey is not very heavy and that particular horse is handicapped to a higher weight, then he'll have a leather cloth that goes underneath the saddle that they can put lead weights in. Just turn around this way. So you get lead weights like that you can drop in. Put my radio down, sorry. That you can drop in the side. Well, it says on it it's £0.5, isn't it?
It's about £0.5 though, isn't
And
it?
that's £1. It says on it.
I'd say about twice that. That's about twice that.
So they go in the saddle cloth down the side so they can make up the weight. Okay. But the reason for having a much smaller saddle is if obviously he's got to do a very light weight, then he'll have no weight cloth, no lead, and the smallest saddle he can possibly have, so he hasn't got to lose yet another £2.
So by the fact that there's 3 saddles there, does that mean that jockey's going to run 3 races?
No, it might run more than that. Because he might use one saddle 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And different coloured silks?
Now the silks come from, the trainer brings the silks because the silks belong to the owner of that particular horse.
Right,
They're registered to that owner. So the silks for that horse will live at the stable yard where the horse lives, and they are brought in, and then the valets here, these 2 gentlemen here, who are actually, they're here today and they look after the jockeys, they look after all their kit. There's washing machines through there, they'll be washing their breeches throughout the day, drying stuff ready to take on to the next day tomorrow, polishing boots, everything. They sort them out. And the silks will be delivered in here to them. They'll have the race card, they know where their jockeys are positioned in here, and they will hang the silks up at the appropriate place.
And these 2 guys do it for all the jockeys?
Yeah, that's right.
And do you come could I rent you out to come and do my shoes and watch and stuff? I mean, is it cheap? I don't wear silks often, but I mean, are you available for hire?
At great expense.
I come at a great cost.
Great cost,
It's
yeah,
fine.
huge expense.
Yeah, he's actually looking up the prices. No, it's serious. I'm okay. It's fine. Oh my God. So this is what we weigh the jockeys on, I guess.
This is the one that they simply check themselves out on before they go in.
Oh, right, okay.
So they want to make sure before they go through to the weighing room to weigh out in front of the clock of the scales, they want to make sure they're right. So they'll check on here, they'll have the saddle with them, the leg cloth with them, and they'll make sure they're the correct weight as said in the race card before they go out there.
Okay, fantastic. And I think there's actual jockeys. Are you an actual jockey?
Are you an actual?
No. Are you an actual jockey? Yeah.
Yeah. This is Eclipse who are doing.
We're doing some Eclipse filming today. How many races are you in today? 2. 2. And are you feeling lucky? Yes. Are they going to be yours? Are you going to own them?
I'm not going to own them. No.
No, let me know. Are you going to win it?
I hope so. Looking forward to them. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the feeling when you're on a horse? And I guess we were looking at the saddles then, and the smallest saddle. Is it how kind of what's the thrill? How do you feel when you just pound around on the back of the horse going as fast as you can?
Yeah, well, it's a bit different to you just getting on a small saddle and doing it. You feel a bit different, but I've been doing it all my life, so it's just a thrill. Yeah, I wouldn't do it else. I wouldn't do any other job. Love it.
Is it literally the best feeling?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Particularly when you win.
Yeah, particularly when you
And if you win as well.
Not so when you turn over.
No,
like
quite.
I did yesterday.
How many times have you? When you say turn over, has that fallen off?
Yeah.
Did you fell off yesterday?
Yeah, a beacher broke the horse, turned over with me yesterday.
Oh my God! So
Look
you
at page 4 in the Daily Mail.
Page 4 in the
you
Daily
made page
Mail.
4. Listen, it's almost page 3. Yeah, it's the next step. Well, good luck today. Hope you
Thanks
don't
very
turn
much.
off. And
Cheers.
best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, take
Thanks,
care.
Will. When jockey's ready to come out and weigh out, he has to pick up the number of the horse that he's riding in that
Okay.
race. He takes this number cloth out with him, and
Okay,
he'll
so-
take it out and he'll put it on the desk in front of the clerk of the scales, so the clerk of the scales knows which number horse he's on,
Okay.
and then he can see if he weighs out to the right weight according to the number of that horse in the race card. So these are here, they pick them up on the way out. These are the scales that the jockeys actually come in to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
It's much better having them like this now, and you can see up there, the whole world can see if it's the correct weight.
Would you like to stand on it and give us an example?
No, I wouldn't. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Andy. You can stand on
That's
there.
all right, I'll leave it, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
he's
anyway.
such a
No, I'm
guy.
fine. No, look, I'm fine with it. Ah, they mustn't be set.
Broken. You've got to stand very still.
Okay. That's fine. It's absolutely the jockey we just saw in there, who kind of came off yesterday at Aintree, and that's. I mean, he had like a bit of a mark on his head and everything. So I guess that's probably going to hurt though, because do they have body padding? How much will it?
They have to wear a body protector,
Yeah.
which covers their back, their chest, their shoulders. But you can't wear too much more else than that because you've got to be able to move on the horse.
Yeah, exactly.
But they obviously have to wear a British standard hat as well.
But he's
a
still
crash hat with a
he's-
lot of padding in it.
Inside as well, yeah. So he's obviously still racing today. He's in good position. What was the guy's name?
His name is Will Kennedy, but I mean, racing today, I suspect he probably, I wouldn't know, but if you checked it, I dare say he got back on it for the next race yesterday.
Really?
But when you say came off, he wouldn't like that much. There's 2 or 3 lots of terminology, because in a race card you'll see for the horse or the jockey it might say you are, and you are means unseated rider. That means the horse was on all 4 feet at the same time, but actually its shoulder never touched the floor. If the horse's shoulder touches the floor, then it's got an F by it, which doesn't mean anything rude, it means fell. So if the horse falls, the jockey doesn't come off because he's got no choice.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it says you are, that means unseated rider. They get a bit touchy about unseated rider.
So right, I've decided I'm going to be the perfect jockey. I'm going to lose the inches off the legs, and I said I'm going to drop the 2 or 3 pounds that's in it. There's not much in it, I'll be honest with you. So if I decide to be a jockey, obviously I'm going to need a horse, a big, solid, strapping, super cool horse, probably with a star on its forehead, all that kind of stuff. And this is where they come in Bangor. This is where they enter. Very different than lots of other race courses, isn't it?
That's right. Our stable yard is actually just across the road, and they walk in across the road, and you'll be able to see here. They walk in down this sand path, and they come in through here, and then they arrive at this position here, where the stable lad or girl is given an armband with a number on. Have you got an armband there, lad? Yes. Have a look at an armband. There we go. And that goes on the. I'll get it at the top so you can see it. That goes. The stable lad or girl who's leading the horse up puts that on their left arm because they're walking right-handed round the parade ring, so that the public can see that number. And they can see them. If they can't see the number cloth, they can still see the number of the horse on the armband.
Okay, so I've got this on my arm now. We walk down here to the
We
parade
walk
ring.
down here indeed. This is the pre-parade ring, and when the horses come across here, they'll have a bridle on, and they'll have a rug on, but they won't have their saddle on because, of course, you've seen that that's actually already in the jockey's changing room to go to the scales to be weighed out. So when they come across here into this first pre-parade ring, they'll then walk around here, and they'll walk round, and they'll end up going individually into these saddling boxes, as we call them, up here.
So what's the point of this pre-parade ring then? Because I guess you could just bring them in and throw a right and get them into the stables that way.
Yeah, well, it's just a case of walking them around, giving them a chance to settle down, hearing the noise going on, seeing the people around, and also the public can come on all the way around these railings here and see the horse up close before he's saddled up to see if he looks well, if his shape's good.
So they turn up here, they go to those boxes.
Yeah.
And then when do we get the combination of everything that's going on in there in the jockey's room and everything that's coming here before we go to the so this is pre-parade ring.
Exactly.
But we're going parade ring now. There's none of this pre-nonsense anymore.
Right.
Look at this. It's a beautiful day. We need to get to the parade ring. What do we need to do?
Right, well, we saw what the jockey's going to do. We saw his saddle, we saw the weight cloths he might carry, the lead he might put in them, and the number cloth.
Yeah.
He's then been and weighed out, so we know he's the right weight for the horse.
Yeah.
That particular race. The trainer will be in there, take the saddle, the number cloth and the weight cloth off him, bring it into here, saddling boxes, saddle up the horse. As soon as he's done that, then they're ready to go in the parade ring.
So this is the parade ring, and
That's
again
right.
surrounded by the public on all sides.
Yeah, so the public can get up really close, they can see the horses. The only sad thing is these days that the floor is now what we call quattro, which is a rubberised brick, basically, and that's for a safety aspect, stop horses slipping over and all that sort of thing. But of course you don't get the clip-clop anymore when they're walking around like you used to on the tarmac, so that bit's gone.
Coconuts.
Indeed, yes. Yeah.
Not many times you get to shout that at
Yeah.
Bangor racecourse.
So as they go around the parade ring here, and then obviously you can see there's a very large bell on the end there, which has been here for many, many years, and that bell gets rung, and that's when the jockeys are out and the jockeys mount and they go down onto the
So
track.
if you're telling me right now, and I don't know why, but suddenly this like inner 8-year-old has just woken up, if I walk over there and ring that bell now, that door will open and all the jockeys are on out.
No, it won't, because they're not here yet.
Oh man!
It's too early, sorry. Quite hard.
Quite hard. Okay. Bit loud, isn't it? No jockeys. We've got no jockeys. So there's lots of buckets of water and things around the edges here.
Yes, and taps into the pins. Yeah, when a horse comes back up off the track, and today you'll see it being used a lot because they can get very hot. If you imagine they're galloping 3 miles, jumping 15 fences, 16 fences, and that's hard work. That's like asking you and I to run around there once in 20 degrees of heat, and you're going to want a lot of water chucked over you and a drink when you get back. So there's water ad lib everywhere because they're
kind of stable boys and everything, the stable girls who look
they'll
after
deal with all
everything.
that, because at the end of the day it's very important because they are the priority, because it's their welfare that matters to us most. So hence every bin that you see all the way around this end of the parade ring and the far end of the parade ring and the washdown area on the way out, so even before they get back to the stables they can be cooled down, and there's plenty of water on the track as well.
I think
It's a fantastic place to work and it's a great privilege.
Excellent. Good, I'm glad. And you can tell in your eyes, and that's what it's all that you can see the passion. Thanks for letting me ring the bell.
That's no problem.
And I'm sure we'll see you later because you're going to have a big day anyway. Give me a hug.
Yeah, we will.
Because it's nice. You will stay.